Alright, this is tip number 2 in my series on how to sell a car on Craigslist successfully with the least amount of hassle possible. Tip number 2 is initiate a venue change once you have agreed upon a price for the vehicle. As the seller of the car, once you have reached an agreement with the buyer on the price of the vehicle, I recommend that you initiate or suggest to change locations. It's very likely that you're going to be either sitting in the car or standing around the car once you've agreed on a price. This is the time that I'd recommend saying, let's go inside and count the money, or let's go stand in the shade, or let's go into Starbucks and sit down. This is called a venue change. Get somewhere away from the vehicle. Let me explain. The reason is because once you have agreed on a price for the vehicle, that price essentially can only go down from here. It's very unlikely that the buyer is going to notice something about the car that they like so much that they are willing to pay you more than the already agreed upon price. And on the other side of the coin, it's highly likely that the buyer will continue looking at the car and noticing details about the car that they don't like, finding things on the car that don't work, or knobs that are broken, etc. ad infinitum. And so once you've agreed upon the price, get away from the car to finish the transaction so that they don't have an opportunity to nitpick any further details which are going to cost you money off of the final sale price of the vehicle. It may be as simple as saying, hey, let's go stand over there in the shade, or hey, let's go inside so we can count the money in a private setting. Most people aren't going to object to these things. But it can have a powerful effect on bringing a close to the process of making the sale, as opposed to letting it linger on while people stand around and kick the tires. Don't let that happen. You may find that a savvy buyer wants to negotiate the price at the open before they even look at the car or test drive the car. If that's the case, you are dealing with somebody who understands that their leverage lies in coming to a price, an agreed upon price, after which time they'll be able to chisel you down even further. If that's the case, good luck. But I still suggest that once you reach a final price and they've looked at the car after that, you go ahead and initiate a venue change to somewhere else so that they can't continue to pick at the car. That's tip number 2. Once you have reached a price agreed upon between buyer and seller, tactfully initiate a venue change and get away from the vehicle so you can conclude the final steps of the sale process away from the vehicle.
Wait a minute. I'm a reasonable guy, but I've just experienced some very unreasonable things. Wait a minute.